Welcome to the online version of Statistics 296 for the winter intersession. I'm Pat Kane, the primary instructor. I realize I'm looking a little bit haggard in this video, which I do have a good reason for that. It's still Sunday in my world, even though it's 6:30 in the morning on Monday, because I've just had to push really hard to get the final grades in, so I haven't gone home. That's why I'm wearing old ratty clothes and I'm looking a little bit rough. But then again, if I wanted to get one of these announcement videos up today, I wasn't really in a position to care about that too much. So I'm just going to kind of run through a few things. The first of which is that if you don't have a homework account set up, you're going to want to make sure that you do that as soon as you can, because there is one that's due tonight. Even if you don't have the money for it right away, then just sign up for the grace period, and then you can always extend your free 2-week grace period account to a full account later. But at the very least, do it that way. If not, setting up a full account today. And I guess the other thing going along with that is make sure that your name is on the account. That's been a problem in the past, not a whole lot, but once or twice, where somebody was doing homework but it was under somebody else's name, and that's a mess for grades. I mean, then when that happens, it doesn't guarantee that the grades that you're supposed to get will be things that you actually get. So that's certainly something that you want to avoid. So make sure your own name is on your homework account. And if you took 296 in the fall, I don't know if your account is also going to work for the winter. I would kind of doubt it, because I think Wiley treats the regular Wiley Plus and then the next generation Wiley Plus, I think it treats those things as almost separate entities. So I think you might have to get a new account if you took it in the fall, because we're going to use the regular Wiley Plus. The next generation had some features that the original one doesn't have, but it also had some glitches that were things where you could kind of work around them in a regular semester, but in a compressed time frame just weren't going to work. I mean, there was a situation where basically it was down for a couple of days. That's not really a thing you can have when the class is 11 days long. So just to be safe, that's probably, I would say, the main reason why we switched back to the regular Wiley Plus for the winter. Let's see, signing up for the exam. That's the other thing that needs to get done today. I would do that as soon as you can, especially if it involves ProctorU. If you're going to use ProctorU as your proctor, they run out of slots. So if you wait, you might end up with a weird slot. It happens occasionally where people end up taking exams that start at like 1:45 in the morning. Most people probably don't want that. I mean, for some people, maybe that works. Maybe that works really well with your work schedule. If you work like 4 to 12 or something, then maybe that's really logical. But for most people, that's probably not what you want. So the sooner that you get that taken care of, the more opportunities there are going to be as far as the time slots are concerned with ProctorU. And I guess with taking it with me, if you're going to do that, there is a cap on how many people can take it at once. It's 16. I don't know if any time slots are going to be in danger. If there's any that I would be suspicious of where it might happen where they would fill, the only one where I think that might happen is December 24th, just because that's the latest one. So I guess just get that squared away as soon as you can too. And then that's not really a thing you're going to have to worry about. I just checked, and I think there were 2 or 3 people in that one. So it's wide open right now. If you can do it today, I think everything will be fine. And also, if you're going to take the exam at UK, you want to use the scheduler. I'll point out where that is in a second. Okay, if you're going to take the exam at UK, I've got Canvas up behind me. The thing that you want, if you're going to use the scheduler, is kind of up over in that corner, up over here, where it says View Course Calendar. You want that. So if I go up to that thing, then find appointment. So that's the next thing right here where it says find appointment. Hopefully there's not too much glare to where this is actually visible. But once you click on that, it should make the dates show up. There. Now the dates are showing up. If you look in the calendar, We got the 21st, 22nd, there's stuff that's showing up there. And then down here in the corner, I'm kind of in the way of the 23rd and 24th. And then let's say hypothetically, if you wanted the 22nd, then you're going to go over to where the 22nd is. And then if you click on that, then you can just reserve it. So right there at the bottom where it says reserve, that's about all that you'd have to do for the scheduler part. And then after you do that, you fill out the Proctor information form. So the Proctor information form is a thing that everybody has to do, whether you're taking it at UK, whether you're taking it through ProctorU, or if you're taking it at another proctoring center. Okay, now I've got StatKey up behind me because what I wanted to point out is what you would need for the pre-course material homework assignment that's due tonight. I've got it highlighted where it says one quantitative variable. So if you go to the StatKey main page, it'll be in the menu on your left, the first thing. That's what you're going to want because that's how you can have StatKey do things like compute the standard deviation for you, which is kind of a pain if you have to do it by hand, or to compute the quartiles, which aren't that much of a pain, but it would be a whole lot faster if StatKey did it. So that's what you're going to want. For anything in the pre-course material, it's that option right there. Other stuff that I have to mention, let's see, Module 3. So I posted Modules 1 and 2 on Saturday, which is now 2 days ago. I almost said yesterday, but that's not technically correct anymore. But those are up. Module 3, I'm going to try to get together right after I do this. So that should be up by like 8 in the morning. And then Module 4, ideally tonight. I don't think anybody will be at the point where they're going to need Module 4 before then. That would be way, way ahead. But I should be able to get that up tonight. There is one last thing that I wanted to mention in this video, which is the idea of having sort of by appointment office hours. That tends to be a thing that happens every once in a while. Like, that's not weird for me. I live really close to campus. I could walk here in under 45 minutes. If coming into UK is not really feasible, but you want to try to have something that functions like office hours, then I guess just email me and we'll try to set something up, whether that's Google Hangouts or something to that effect. I don't think that would be too hard to pull off.